Good morning, good morning, good morning. I was just informed by the staff that we're way behind putting these up. I don't know what to do about it. I know one of you had made a comment on reducing to 1/10. Chris doesn't understand that, so you want to give Chris a jingle and let him know how to do it, because we are behind. I've been cutting a lot of these videos, and so I think he's 8 videos behind right now. He's constantly putting them on, even at home. So bear with me. Some of your questions aren't getting answered till late, and I don't know what to do about it. I apologize. So if anybody knows a quicker way to download these on YouTube, it'd be good, you know. There'll be a point where I think you'll see all this taper off a little bit. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of new subscribers coming on to us and that, but you know, I really, it's like spirituality, it's like God, it's like this level of health. There's not a lot of people beating down the door to it, because as you've seen, it's work. It's a process. So I've never seen anyone on the cutting edge have the doors beat down to them and people, you know, running to it, even though it makes common sense to you, don't it? And how truth it rings. Truth is never well received at this level, you know. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go on because I've set up about a half hour here, and I wanted to cut through these as quick as possible, so forgive me if I go kind of fast, but I don't want to backload you too much, and the fact that we're really backloaded on the videos does make this difficult, because I'd like to get to your questions quicker. So try not to be upset, and give us a call if always if you're in trouble and you need something ASAP. Okay. Now, Centron, my man, this is I'm going to hit this one first because I just received this morning, so forgive me that I shoved it in front of those. But it's a 7-year-old cousin who's diagnosed with something he's never heard of, and neither have I. And this is it's about that long, and that's what I love about the intellectual side of allopathic. It's like you can tell it's somebody's name. Partly. I mean, it's just ridiculous. What it is, he has red tumors that go down from his leg to his butt, hip, and there are also tumors in his bone marrow. This is what was told to me by the mom. Let's see. Gone down through aggressive chemo. He has already gone through aggressive chemo. Well, oh my God. This little 7-year-old is probably going to end up with leukemia from this Centron, so be aware of that. See a lot of that happening with this. So the problem is at 7 years old, you know, I know this is probably going to be boring to you someday, but I'll get into law and how, if this is in the States or out of the country, but in the States, they fix this up so really people have bastard children. And that makes the state really have jurisdiction over your children. And so this is why you have a maiden name and a father's name different. So it really does set up a bastard child syndrome. It's thought that way in legal circles anyway. And so 7 years old, they can flatly kill him and no big deal, you know. And that's what's going on. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why you see me angry with people like St. Jude's and places like this that slaughter these kids. And they might in their heart feel like they're doing right, but that's how lost they are in their consciousness. You know, I feel right if I kill somebody. I'm trying to save them. You know, they've got to get with these higher levels of healing. Quit insulting tissue. You know, this isn't man against nature, man against bacteria. This is ridiculous. Man against diseases. I mean, this is insanity. This is the total. This is a male problem, an acid problem, and we need to rectify it here. Of course, this, you know, they're going to kill this kid. You know, when you're having tumors, keep in mind, Centron, the body's just what? A bunch of cells and what? 2 major fluids. 2 major fluids, and these fluids are blood and lymph, right? So which fluid would this be? Well, if it's always got to be the interstitial fluids. And the interstitial fluids are what? 75% lymph, 25% blood. You see it in a juicy pimple, you see it in tumors and cysts, and that's what this young man's doing. What's the problem in a 7-year-old on this planet today? No kidney function in terms of filtration of lymph. Adrenals are low. This kid probably has really low adrenals. So this kid has low steroids probably. That's not going to help him fight all this high acid chemo they're giving him. And what are they trying to do? What are they trying to do with the lymph fluids giving someone chemo? Magically make lymph fluid dry up or disappear? They're trying to dry up these things. Well, by drying or burning these things, making these things more anionic, it also makes the whole body anionic and also damages cells in the same time. It makes me sick what these people do to these little kids. He's also losing strength in his legs. Let me tell you, chemo hits the brain, heart, lungs, everywhere else too. I have told the family members about the diet, nerves about you, something on your YouTube channel that maybe it would be more authority than me to. I know, this is the problem when you have family members. Even though you hold the truth, they don't always listen. Mine are in the ground because they didn't want to listen, you know. But I can't fault them. This is unconsciousness. And I'm going to tell you how many kids do people have to lose before they become conscious. You know, and this is the problem. It's a slaughterhouse out there. And it's unreal. It's like, how long does this go on before man sticks his head up and says that's enough? I don't know, Centron. I tell you, I don't know. But I know that you've got to move on this kid's kidneys, his adrenal glands. Kids at 7 years old, major adrenals, major kidneys. You're going to see low blood pressures. Put this kid under surgery. You risk the chance of really shutting him down neurologically. I mean, this is a real problem where I don't know if it's in this country, Centron, but if it is, this kid's in trouble. Courts can literally force them to kill your kid, and no problem. And I'm not going to mix words when I say kill kids. And if you don't like it, medical doctors, get with the truth. Quit living in a world far beyond where you're outside of the mix and your ego's so strong that you're coming down on people like us. We're coming. And this is why I love this channel. I love you guys because we must become a powerhouse because of this sort of problem. So I don't know what the parents can do, what country they're in, where their jurisdiction, how much authority they have on what they can do to their kids. But giving this kid chemo is either going to throw him into leukemia or he's going to end up with cancer all over the place and it's going to end up in his bones. Okay. Sorry about that. Just one passionate kick this morning right off, Centron. I can't help it here. You hit at the core of my passion. I apologize to y'all, but I can't handle this sort of torture to kids anymore. I've got pictures here to show you of kids at the end result of chemo, and it's not pretty. It's just not pretty. God, I don't know the family would appreciate this one if I showed you the picture of their daughter, but just unreal. Maybe I will. You know, maybe I will, and I hope they don't get mad. But I tell you what, maybe I'm lucky if I can't find it. No, I can find it. So I'll put the parents' things out. This is the end result. If you can see this child, this is the end result of chemo. She had a little leukemia. Leukemia is easy for the body to get rid of on a raw food and an herb diet. So what happened here is they gave her aggressive chemo. I think she was only 10. Well, it gave her extreme leukemia. A leukemia induced from chemo. And well, you see how it burned her skin and fried her up. She didn't make it, of course. Man, I tell you, it makes me sick. Sorry, got me going, Centron. So on a happier note, and let me see here. This is, let's see. I have been experiencing with a diet for a few years, trying to gourmet raw, vegan cooking, and raw with raw dairy. Yeah, man, since I was a teenager, I've been running hot in body temperature with fairly regular excessive sweating and mild anxiety. So let's stop right there. Raw dairy. I know, I had health food stores. I sold raw milk cheeses, raw milk yogurts. I didn't know any better. I thought raw was in. raw dairy. Man can't. You know what amazes me is that the medical profession claims the body can't digest milk after age 2, but backs and rallies around drinking it. What the heck is that? I mean, that's the kind of insanity you see there. It's amazing. Well, you're running hot and body temperature means your thyroid's probably a little hyperactive there, giving yourself a little overheat in the body. But you see that you're excessively sweating. That's your kidneys. When you're sweating too much, your kidneys aren't filtering the lymph properly. And the anxiety, of course, is the adrenal glands on top of the kidneys that are controlling the kidneys' ability to filter. So you're running low in neurotransmitters, which gives you the anxiety. This is the autonomic nervous system, remember, located right here. And then you're oversweating. Get those kidneys filtering, get the adrenals up, of course. The anxieties will go away. You'll strengthen the autonomic nervous system, and then your kidneys, you'll stop sweating, and you'll sweat normally there. The fact that you can sweat is good. And it could be your body's so intelligent that it's kicking up your thyroid to accomplish this. See, that's where we don't like to address hyperthyroidism, in the sense that maybe your body's kicking up the thyroid to give you the body temperature to oversweat, so you can be able to eliminate your toxins. The body's that smart, and we can't second guess the human body. Man tries to, but you can't. You just have to feed it what it's designed to eat, and use herbs to help promote better lymph flow, better function of cells. Your only focus can be health here. Focusing on diseases is insanity. The last few years, I won't go over that. Clear to much focus. Doses of iodine. Now, you were given. Now, were you warm before you took this iodine, or were you hot after you took this iodine? Because you never take inorganic iodine. This is used a lot. I did a video on this about the nuclear fallout there from Japan. You can't do that and not end up with hyperthyroidism, because it'll stay in the thyroid, especially if your lymph isn't moving well. That iodine can stay in your thyroid for years and hyperstimulate it. And this is the wrong way to try to get your energy up. My energy and metabolism went up. Of course it went up. You stimulated your thyroid there. But if it's low in the first place, why is it low? Is it the pituitary controlling the thyroid and suppressing it? Is it genetically weak? Well, how do you remedy those things? Health of cells. And we all know how to get healthy, don't we? And watching all these videos, you all know how to get healthy. Some lady asked, she came in as a subscriber, and she said she didn't have the ability to go back. I don't know how YouTube works that way. I would hope that you could push on any video. We can of Dan's, we push on any video and observe it. So I hope that those out there can get back to these videos. But yeah, you start losing all the fat on your body and taking weight down. But this is the wrong way to do it, bro. You can't hyperstimulate the thyroid to lose weight and burn the fat faster. That's the wrong way of doing it. You've got to get raw, where you can bring health to the tissues of the body and get away from the starch and dairies and the things like this. And then you'll lose weight the right way. The body will find its nice form for yourself, and you'll be in good shape. He's had some consciousness increasing. He's getting his awareness up. That's great. So he's now on a low-fat, high-fruit diet. Good deal, good deal. She's been running more, having more energy. Good, good, good. But remember, your adrenals are a little low, so you're going to have low neural energy. And so you have to work on your adrenal glands, and you do that with diet, with herbs, or with glandulars. Those are the three things that I have on my repertoire of tools to help people. I have raw foods, I have herbs, and I have glandulars. And not inhumane type sucking crap out of a gallbladder type of glandulars. That's a pharmaceutical thinking or something. That's insanity. But